We got our steaks all ready to go. We've got a pan here, medium heat. Just you really don't want to burn the steaks. Again, you just want to get them nice and seared before we cook them all. Okay, so take them, season side down. Okay, you want to hear a little fizzle, not too loud. We're not trying to fry them. Okay, oil, maybe a tablespoon. Get them in there. Okay, you want to turn your heat up a little more after you put the steaks in. It's perfect. No big deal. Go in. All right, get rid of that. Again, wash your hands. And done deal. Okay, so we're gonna let those go. All right, we're gonna get all nice and happy and warm and whatnot. Now we're gonna start working on our coleslaw. Okay, again, you can buy the package that's already pre-mixed. Everything's cut up and add your own wet ingredients, dry ingredients, whatever you want. Me, I took the time. I cut out the red cabbage, white cabbage, carrots, celery a little bit. So we're gonna take that. All right. Now, next, you really want to get into this. Take a pot, heat that up a little bit, okay? Take our red wine vinegar, get that in there, okay? We're going to take our honey. Now, why do we do this? Well, you want the honey to get a little melted. You want it easier to work with. But you don't want to just put it in the pan, okay? Otherwise, it's going to burn. So get that in there. We're going to mix that up with the vinegar. And the flavors are just going to marry together like you wouldn't believe, okay? Get that going in there. Wire whisk, you got it. Fork, doesn't matter. Okay, again. So we're going to let that heat up, get that in there, okay? There we go. Not a big deal. Now, some of the parsley that we have, actually cilantro, excuse me. Now, this I've already chopped up. I use cilantro, I rough chop it, and I use the stems because there is still a lot of flavor. It's not just in the leaves. So we're going to take a little bit, just a handful, like that, throw that in there. That's going to get all happy. Okay? Off again, and there we go. Now, here we go. See the honey's already loosened up. You get in here and you can really see it. Right? Okay, look at all that. That's just going to get nice and happy. Okay? If you want, you can add a little bit of black pepper in there just to give it a kick. Bam, done. Okay? So, as you can hear, our steaks are going. We want to turn this down at this point. Again, you don't want to burn it. Okay? So get that all in there. Get that going. Alright? So what are you going to do next? Well, again, I don't use mayonnaise. I use sour cream and cream cheese mixture. First, we're going to take the sour cream and we're going to put that in there. That's going to be about a cup. Okay? Put that going. Alright? Again, it's going to be about another cup of cream cheese. Now, what about the cream cheese? It's a little rough. Well, just leave it out to room temperature. It'll soften right up. Get in there. Okay? Take your spoon. Just really get in there. Well, we're going to mix it up. Okay. Wow, cream cheese and sour cream. Who would have thought? Well, it's got a little bit different taste. Mayonnaise is very light, easy to work with. Okay. But you got to use a lot of it. Me, I don't like too much of a wet coleslaw. I want to have flavor. I want to be able to tell what the vegetables are that are in there. So this is just going to get chopped up real nice and fine. Lightly mixed, whatnot. Come back over here. Mix this up. You don't want this to be too hot. Just enough where the honey just melted. Turn the heat off. Keep mixing, keep mixing, keep mixing. Okay. You also, with mayonnaise and heat don't work. Okay. You get mayonnaise all hot, they're going to curl. With this, with your cream cheese and sour cream, it's not going to really do that. Okay, so we're just going to add this very lightly, going around and around, everything in there. Well, it smells unbelievable. Too bad they don't make smell with it. You're going to get in there, and that little bit of heat, again, will help soften up the cream cheese and the sour cream. You're just going to get in there and mix this all up. Okay, and it's not going to be where, if you wait, you have this 2 days later, you're not going to have that runoff. It just won't be there. So get this going a little more, nice and mixed. All right. And then I add a couple more vegetables to it. My trinity. Okay? Normal trinity, which you may have heard of, celery, white onion, carrot. Mine, white onion, red onion, peppers. 2 different onions. Yeah. Why? Because each one has a different flavor. The red onion is a little more bitter, while the white onion is a little more sweeter. And it's just going to give that bold flavor mixed in with the vinegar and the honey. Alright? And you don't have to add salt to this. A lot of people do. I don't. Why? Because the vinegar is going to have its own little bite to it. If you want to add a little bit of salt, okay, you can add a little bit of salt. You really don't need to. Okay? Add a little more basil. 2 tablespoons. Parsley. 1 tablespoon. And come in here and mix it all up again. Come in. Put this all together. And that's how you're going to serve it. Take your bowl. And really, this is more for garnishing. A little bit of color when you put it on your tacos. And the flavor when it hits the barbecue, it's just going to pop. It's going to make you feel like you're back at your backyard barbecue with your family or your kid. So we got that. Okay, it's real simple. Fork in, done, ready to go. And as you see on the table, I got more vegetables, more things to add to your tacos when they get there ready. So, we're going to take a look at our steaks and see how they're going. Oh yeah. Not too burnt, not really dry. Just want that nice color on them. Okay, flip them again. Now some will say, well, is it really barbecue when you're not using a grill? Absolutely. Barbecue is just either the seasoning or the sauce that you're going to use. That's all it is. Right? You can sear them, you can grill them, you can bake them in the oven. Whatever you really want to do, it's totally up to you. Again, this is all about you. This is your thing. So we're going to set this aside. Alright? Next, what about rice? You can't have Spanish food without rice. And you would be correct. So, we're going to take our pot, add cold water. Get this going. Again, like I said, I made my own little Spanish rice mixture to get this going. Alright? Put this on the stove, let that go. With me, I always pre-add butter. Why? Adding butter to it, it won't stick. Alright, and butter has natural salt in it. I'm not going to add any salt to this. So we're going to put this in here. Be a large heaping tablespoon. Not a big deal, not a lot. Let the water get nice and happy. It's going to boil over. It's going to be ready. Okay? Now what? Well, why don't we start on doing our chips for our nachos? So I got a pan here. They're in there. Again, olive oil. Real simple. Stuff that you should have in your house. I'm going to let that heat up. As you can see, I've already taken tortillas. Real simple to do. Just fold your tortillas in half. And just cut them into little triangles. You can season them if you want to. Add a little flavor to them. Whatever you want to do. Real basic. Real simple. We cut those up. We're going to let the oil get nice and hot. And we're going to fry them up a little bit. So with that, let me get my plate ready. Take your plate. Take a paper towel. Paper towel is really going to help with the drainage. When you pull them out, they are going to be a little greasy. So that's your prep. Put that right there for that. Okay? Again, our steaks are cooking. Let's check out our chicken. You thought I forgot about the chicken. Here's our chicken. It's cooled down a lot. Okay? Real nice, crumbly. Take our dry rub seasoning again. This, just going to sprinkle right in. Just like that. Get nice and happy. Just see that. Okay? Bam. Now at this point, I'm also going to add the rest of my cilantro. Take this, add that. Right in there. Then what? Well, we're going to take a little more cayenne pepper, just for a kick. Bam. Just like that. Okay? Then, I have Dijon mustard here. Dijon gives barbecue another bite, just another flavor that you really want. You can hear the oil getting ready for our chips. So just take 1 teaspoon, add it in there, let that go. Okay? Now, we're going to come back here. We're going to turn our heat down for our chips. You can hear it crackling. Let's do a test one. Grab your chip, put it in there. It's bubbling up a little bit. Perfect. That's what you want. You want to hear that pop. So, that tells me we can add a couple more. Okay? And you're not trying to burn these. You just want to get them nice and crispy. Okay? You got your plate. See the bubbles? Those are natural. A lot of people pop the bubbles. I just think they add a nice little texture, a little more crispier chips. That's what you want to see. See that nice golden brown color? Perfect. Right. Now, any tortilla will do. You can do white corn, flour, tomato basil, spinach, whatever you really want to do with it. And you can find them, again, in your local grocery store. You don't have to go buck wild, driving all over town looking for them. No, not at all. So we got those. Let's cook up some more. Yeah, there we go. That's all right, that'll work. And again, you just want them to get a little golden brown. No big deal. You know, you're not trying to burn them. You're not trying to kill them. As you can see, our water's getting ready for our rice. So, water's heating up. Okay, the butter's melted. We're just going to add our rice right in there. Okay? Let that go. We're going to turn up the heat a little bit on it. Okay? Let that go. We're going to let that bubble over. Once we get it nice and boiled, I'm going to let it boil for about 30 seconds. Okay? And then I'm going to put a lid on it and let it simmer for a little longer. And I really want that butter to melt into the rest of the flavors. Okay? Again, like I said, the butter's got natural salt, so it's going to have a nice little kick to it. So as you can see, real simple. You know, great food. Oh, my friend Amanda here, she's doing the video. She keeps commenting on how great the food smells.
It really does.
Well, that's what it's all about. You know, good people, good food. Real simple and just fun. Again, you want food just to be fun. You know, I remember working in restaurants, and after a while, the menus just got mundane because you kept doing them over and over again. But this is your own. You know, you're not trying to impress anybody. You know, you are trying to put smiles on people's faces that come over, and you just want to have a good meal. This is the way to do it. That's it. Real simple. So, back to our chicken. We got our mixture, as you can see. So, we're just going to give this a quick stir. Okay? That's it. Just a real quick stir. Yes, this is barbecue chicken. Okay? Right there for now. Check on our chips. And you can do the same thing with a whole tortilla shell. I'm going to show you. And that's what our tacos are going to be at. Now, again, real simple. A little bit of oil. Just you want to heat them up a little bit. And at this point with our chips, okay, they're not totally cooled down yet. They have a little bit of grease to them. That's what you want. We're going to salt them at this point. Let them continue to drain off. This is where we're going to add a little bit of that flavor to them. Now, here, you can also, if you wanted to, add, you know, a little bit of cayenne pepper, you know, just like that. That's not too much, okay? If you want to go with the barbecue seasoning, you can. You know, some people call them Cajun chips. So we're just going to add a little bit of salt, put it right on there, bam, all set, ready to go, okay? So the tacos. Again, we're going to take tortillas. Now, these I like. Now, stick them right in the oil. Let them get all, you know, nice and crisp. Okay? These, if you want, you can poke holes in it. You don't have to. Again, I think, you know, the bubbles that come up just give a little more great texture. Some people don't like that because maybe you can't fit as much stuffing in the taco as you might like. Okay? So we're just going to give that a quick little poke. Alright? Get that all nice and crispy and whatnot. Alright? And then we're going to fold it over. Real simple. That's it. You let one side, probably around 20 seconds. Again, you're not trying to burn it, you just want to get a little crisp. Okay? Flip it over. That's all you want right there. Perfect. Okay? Again, it's going to go on the same plate with paper towel. Let the oil drain off. Let's try one of these chips. They look really good. I'm really hungry.